High school sports fans, are you following Varsity Media on our YouTube channel? For the best coverage of New York high school sports, make sure you head to youtube.com/varsitymedia. 3 easy steps. First, hit that like button, and then be sure to subscribe. And finally, tap that yellow bell to be notified of all of our upcoming sportscasts. Thank you for following Varsity Media on YouTube. High school sports fans, Varsity Media Pass is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of boys and girls lacrosse, softball, and baseball, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
At St. Francis Heart Center, we're not just regional heart experts. We share our greater success with the world. We don't just pioneer technology. We do it more than anywhere on Greater Long Island. And we don't just win awards. We deliver greater outcomes for people like you. As New York's only specialty designated cardiac center, we're not satisfied with just being good. This is Long Island. This is St. Francis Heart Center. And greater lives here.
It's the Catholic Health Game of the Week as the 2-time reigning New York State champion Chaminade Flyers and Holy Trinity Titans take center stage here in Hicksville for our Monday afternoon showdown. And a pleasant good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the ballpark. My name is John Perez, and thank you so much for making us a part of your afternoon. Chaminade comes into this game fresh off a tough loss to Poly Prep, one of the top teams in New York State over the weekend. It was a game in which the Chaminade Flyers picked up their 3rd loss of the year. They're 2-3-1 on the year, a 7-4 loss against Poly Prep. But this is a Chaminade team that has won, before last year, 3 straight NCHSAA titles, and of course falling to Holy Trinity in 3 games a year ago. For Holy Trinity, off a big win against Archbishop Malloy, an 11-4 victory, a couple of home runs in the game as the defending New York State champs look to take the first game of 2 against the Chaminade Flyers, and they'll be led by one of our impact players today, which will be Mr. Tyler Cook, and then Mike Cervoni on the other side. We'll start with Cervoni. He is going to Stony Brook. Tyler Cook, the future Troy commit. And, of course, today's impact players are brought to you by the Long Island Huskies, a new growing program. Long Island Huskies baseball current owner and head coach of their 15U team, Brian Tatelman, was a member of the 2012 Stony Brook Seawolves College World Series team, and he's looking for spots that are still available on the 17 and 18U teams. If you're interested, contact him today at www.lihuskies.com. And there you see with Cervoni, the future Stony Brook commit, and there he is wearing number 2, the senior. And boy, he's just been a super player, a 3-year starter, something that's very rare in the Chaminade side of things. Mike Piancos in his 41 season says he can only think of a handful of times that he's called up somebody from the JV because he always has a plethora of strong juniors and seniors, but said that he saw Cervoni and saw something special in him and said he could handle the position, and he's been a starter for the last 3 years. So that's the Chaminade Flyers to take on the Holy Trinity Titans fresh off their win over Archbishop Malloy, the runners-up in Brooklyn, Queens last year, and that win happening in Briarwood. And it was a fantastic game all around for Holy Trinity as they picked up their 2nd win of the year, and in that game, boy, did they get contributions up and down the lineup. We mentioned Cook earlier, but of course, getting a home run by Andrew Acosta is a 3-run home run in left center field. That was his 2nd of the week. Andrew Hepner and Andrew Sinclair, the 2 Andrew brothers, leading the team with a couple of hits and 3 runs driven in. And John Perino, the junior, picked up the victory in the win as Holy Trinity takes the field, looking to pick up the first game of 2 in this series. course, now Holy Trinity with a win would be their third win over their last 4 games. Of course, dipping back in to the NSCHSAA title as Gabe Clarikaitis will be on the mound for Holy Trinity. And boy, was he fantastic last week in the season opening win over St. Dominic. Got the no decision, but went 6 innings, allowed a run on 9 hits. He only walked 1 and struck out 7, and that was a big number. Not the 7 strikeouts, but of course the 1 walk. His command was there, and of course our starting pitcher is brought to you by the Long Island Huskies. So that's Clarikaitis. Let's meet the lineup that he's going to face as Chaminade looks to pick up their 3rd win of the year. And of course they'll be led by Sean Sweeney and the starting 9 as well. Peter Beisel is at first base. Mike Cervoni is at third base, batting third. Jake Satani gets the start at designated hitter. Colin Brosnan is the right fielder. Colin Anderson, the smooth glove second baseman, will bat 6th. Mike Gardner is out in left field, batting 7th. Batting 8th is Shane McGinnis. He'll get the start behind the plate. And Danny Noraki out in center field. He bats 9th. John Carroll, who will meet on the mound next inning, gets the start for the Flyers. And, of course, that starting lineup brought to you by the Long Island Huskies. One more throwdown from Cook over to Acosta. And we're ready to go here as Chaminade and Holy Trinity, one of the marquee games, not just in the Catholic League, but all of Long Island today. It was a 2-game series that was originally supposed to be on Tuesday and Wednesday. We thank Holy Trinity and Chaminade for moving the game up. And, of course, with the forecast over the next few days in the New York metropolitan area, it's good to get this game in today, especially with the 70% chance of rain coming tomorrow and in the ensuing days. And our first batter of the game, and that'll be Sean Sweeney. Sweeney, a good glove shortstop, was around the middle infield last year. And the first pitch from Clarikaitis is swung on and missed, strike 1. Sweeney, a very versatile kid, hit north of 300 last year at 316. Good bat on the ball, and Clarikaitis rears back and fires. And a fastball dots the inside corner for a strike. It's 0-2. Infield, outfield, straight up. 54 degrees at first pitch, and nary a breeze in the sky, and more importantly, no rain. Here's the 0-2. Fastball just a little high from the future Malloy Lion. Clarikaitis will be playing in the ECC next year, of course, for Joe Fucarino, and a team that is always in contention for not just ECC titles, but NCAA prominence as well. A couple super regionals over the last few years, and looking to get back in the winner's circle this year. They were the runners-up in the ECC. 1-2 pitch in the air, out to right. First opportunity for Drew Sinclair. He lines it up, and Sweeney's retired for the first out. So 1 up, 1 down, and that'll bring up Peter Beisel, the senior first baseman. Clarikaitis, as we mentioned last week in the victory over St. Dom, someone that was just on fumes last year and gave Holy Trinity all that he can. And, you know, at that juncture of the year, if you can contribute a couple innings here, whether you're slotted into start or out of the bullpen, you'll take it, especially the Titans picking up their first NSCHSAA title in over a decade, and, of course, their New York State championship as well. And Clarikaitis healthy this year, and he's looked strong in his fastball, around 87 to 89 miles per hour. Gets a sign that he wants. Here's the 2-1. Fastball on the outside corner, and the count's even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Clarikaitis gets the sign. And the pitch. Fastball hit on the ground to short. First opportunity for J.J. Alvarez. Sweeps, fires, and got him. And 2 away to start the inning. J.J. Alvarez wearing number 24 today, the shortstop. Normally wears number 1 and was in the 9-hole on opening day and He's just been tearing the cover off the ball since that opening day extra inning loss to St. Dom's. The Titans with an 11-1 victory over the Bayhawks the following day. And, of course, like we mentioned, putting 11 runs on the board against the Archbishop Malloy Stanners. First pitch to Mike Cervoni, and a curveball breaks just inside, 1-0. Cervoni, the future Stony Brook Seawolf and 3-year starter. So was really short in his swing this year. Fastball chopped foul into the Chaminade dugout, a ball and a strike. If you remember last year in the playoffs against St. Dominic, Chaminade with a combined no-hitter against the Bayhawks. Cervoni got the final out at third base. Chopper over to him, that fielded in the hole, fired across the diamond. And that completed the combined no-hitter. 2 balls, 1 strikes, 2 outs. We're scoreless. Top half. Andrew Hepner hugging the line at third base as Cervoni, now even with the count, wants time, and he is granted by home plate umpire Tom Major. And Joe Volpe is the field umpire as well. Two. Fastball hit on the ground to third. Hepner's up with it from the belt. Fires high. And Aiden Anello is able to straddle the bag, and the side is retired. Chaminade goes down in order in the top of the first. Holy Trinity coming to bat on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
It's time to raise up, show that evil we don't turn the other cheek. I can show you how to be strong. Come on, follow me. Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. I know the journey got hard for a minute, but I ain't giving this up. I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up.
Drink, launch, hydrate, win the moment.
John Carroll on the mound for Chaminade as Gabe Claricadis threw up a scoreless top half of the first inning. John Carroll, the Navy commit and senior, won a complete game against St. Anthony's last week. Only gave up the unearned run in a 2-1 victory. 9 strikeouts, a walk as he scattered 4 hits across 7 innings. He goes against a Holy Trinity lineup that is red hot right now, 22 runs over their last 2 games. As J.J. Alvarez, the shortstop, will lead it off. And, of course, the starting lineup, like we mentioned, presented by the Long Island Huskies. As it is J.J. Alvarez, Tyler Cook, Andrew Hepner, along with Andrew Sinclair, Victor Acosta, Ryan Chiz, Aiden Anello. Claricadis, the pitcher, bats 8th, and Sean Atkinson out in center field will bat 9th. John Carroll, good fastball, curveball, and changeup. Simple 1-2-3, but he does a good job of commanding the zone. And that's something that he's not going to overpower you. Sits around 85 to 87 miles per hour, but puts the ball in the zone. And Mike Pienkos, over his last few years, has said, hey, let your fielders do their job. You've got Cervoni, you've got Sweeney. Of course, he was spoiled with really good defensive players last year, and that's the same for Chaminade this year. And if you put the ball in play, especially in the early months of the season, colder weather, you could go even further into ball games. And so J.J. Alvarez, our first batter of the ball game. And the first pitch from John Carroll is a fastball right down the middle for a strike, 0-1. J.J. Alvarez, only a sophomore, and Dan Luisi saying one of the best athletes that I've ever coached, which is high praise considering that Alvarez has been here for 20 seconds. But does a good job manning his shortstop position, has a good bat, and definitely with the wheels makes him a prototypical leadoff man. Pitch, and that's above the letters. And it's going to count 2 balls and a strike. Carroll working quickly. 2-1 fastball on the outer half. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I mentioned that combined no-hitter. Carroll started it off last year against St. Dom's, went 6 in the 3rd innings. And at times was efficient. Not one of those typical Victor Frederick type starts. We saw Victor Frederick last week on the Varsity Media Sports Network, the St. John's commit. That's 6 strikeouts in the game. This one lined down the right field line foul. And the count stays at 3-2. Carroll awaiting the sign. Infield, outfield, straight up. And here comes the payoff pitch. Little pop shot, right side. Aiden Anello's there, makes the catch, the first baseman. And Alvarez is retired for out number 1. And so that'll bring up Tyler Cook, the future Troy catcher. 5th ranked catcher in New York State. 45th overall player in the class of 2024. And rips the first pitch over to the second baseman, Colin Anderson. He plucks it out of the air. And there's 2 away. For those of you watching, we beg your pardon. We're working on a technical issue with one of our cameras, so therefore we'll have that momentarily. But that'll bring up Andrew Hepner. Hepner 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs against the Stanners on Saturday afternoon. And a fastball just misses outside, 1-0. Carroll out of the windup. And 2 straight out of the zone. And Hepner with a good hitter's count, ahead 2-0. Hepner will be headed to Pace after he graduates from Holy Trinity, one of the top places to play in the NE10. Of course, there's always a lot of talent when it comes to New York State, and the one thing is you'll get a lot of college players that might not necessarily be in Power 5 conferences, but you're still getting solid players that are playing at the next level. And if you were to look at Holy Trinity and what they graduated last year too, Sebastian Velasquez out of going to Rhode Island, Nick Del Vecchio over at LIU. It's been a bunch of talent for this league, the NSCHSAA, and the rest of New York State. It's just not the typical SEC-type talent. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, scoreless. Last half of the first, a swing and a miss. As McGinnis scoops it out, fires to first, and completes a strikeout. And that does it in inning number 1. Carroll retires a side 1 inning in the books. We're scoreless on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Top of the second inning, Glabe Claricadis got a pop out and a couple of ground outs against the Chaminade Flyers in the top of the first inning. Hello again, everybody. I'm John Perez, and of course, would like to welcome in the Perfect Game audience that is watching as well. The last 2 New York State Catholic League champions. The Holy Trinity Titans and Chaminade Flyers here on a Monday afternoon in Hicksville, New York. And, of course, today's game is being streamed live on PerfectGame.tv from youth ball through college. Watch the stars of tomorrow today. Just scan the QR code and download the free mobile app and take us with you wherever you go. Great documentary content and over 100 live games per year. Perfect Game TV is the home for amateur baseball. Jake Satani is the designated hitter and cleanup hitter for the Flyers. And a first pitch fastball on the outer half, 0-1. This has been the roving spot for Chaminade and how they want to fill it. And Satani, with a couple of hits over the weekend against Poly Prep, gets the start at DH. And, of course, right into the power spot of the lineup as well, as he spoils the pitch off to the right side. And Claricadis ahead in the count, 0-2. The younger guy, good swing. And Mike Pienko says, if you're going to hit, you'll be my DH. And that's been the calling card for everybody throughout the Chaminade lineup. Looked like Tyler Cook got crossed up on that last pitch. And now the count 1-2. Years is they've had bunches at certain positions. Last year they had 4 natural catchers, of course. Sebastian Velasquez, Andrew Hepner, Tyler Cook. And coming into their senior year, and of course led by Ryan Chiz, one of many runner goes. There's a swing and a miss and a stolen base for Sinclair. And so now Holy Trinity has a runner at scoring position with 1 out. Tidy up the point on Chiz as he's a natural third baseman. There's a few natural third basemen that are now in the outfield as well. And it just shows the versatility of this Holy Trinity lineup. Chopper, the third baseman, Cervoni. Fires to first, off the webbing of Beisel. And everybody's safe as Sinclair moves over to third. See how they rule that. It was a slow roller, and with the speed of Chiz, wouldn't be surprised if that's an infield single. And Sinclair, after the stolen base, moves over to third. And now Holy Trinity with runners on the corners and 1 out for Aiden Anello. And we'll take another look. And Chiz just good. Base running off the bat. And we'll see if the throw is there. That would have been bang-bang if Beisel was able to hold on to it. So they'll award him the infield hit, and there's Sinclair, standing 90 feet away from the ice-breaking opening run. Aiden Anello, the first baseman, steps up and watches a fastball nick the outside edge. 0-1. Corners pinch up. Cervoni even with the bag at third. Middle infielder straight up, and Carroll steps off. Well, for those of you joining us for the first time, here in New York State, there is no allowance of disengagements or pickoffs, and there's no pitch clock either. And, of course, if you guys are playing bingo at home, there's no ghost runner in the 8th inning, which would signify extra innings. So think about old-time fashion baseball like they played back in the year 2019. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. And a good job by Carroll to drop it in there.
Hey, fight now, let's go. Put something in play, babe, let's go.
Carroll looking for the strikeout. Now the pitch, wave and a miss. As he gets Anello for the second out. 2 strikeouts in the inning, 3 strikeouts overall for Carroll. And that'll bring up his opposite number in Gabe Claricadis. Take another look at Carroll. High cheddar. And Anello takes a seat. Here's Claricadis, future Malloy Lion. Sinclair off of third. 2 away, we're scoreless in the dirt. Nice stop by McGinnis and no advancement by Chiz at first. 1-0. Last week on opening day for Claricadis, a walk, a fly out, a single and a strikeout, finishing 1 for 4 against St. Dom's on opening day. Hitting .275 on the early season. looking to give himself some run support. 1-1. And fouled away. And so Carroll a strike away from getting out of it. So where Mike Pienko says that Carroll can be a bulldog. Runner goes, the pitch swung on and missed. He got him with a curveball, and he struck him out. Holy Trinity leaves a couple of runners on, and we're scoreless after 2 on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Welcome back to Hicksville as we begin the top of the 3rd inning. Gabe Clarikaitis beginning his 3rd inning of work. And he's been efficient against Chaminade. And, of course, while we have a second, parents, college sports are so competitive. Help your athletes stand out with a college recruiting video. Varsity Media will record a skills and drill session of your baseball player and edit a finished product to send off to college. It includes fields and batting drills. Contact us today to learn more, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Mike Gardner will lead things off for Chaminade, the senior outfielder. And what a story Gardner's been this year, too, and someone who's so versatile in the lineup. A natural shortstop that, because of the athleticism, will get the start in the outfield today. And Gardner out in left field. And that's the thing with Mike Pienko over the last few years. And remember that 2022 team that, of course, won it all, with 15 Division I players winning the New York State Championship that year over Iona Prep. Had a ton of infielders that were playing out of position, but of course with perfect game tournaments and their travel teams got to play those natural positions in the summer, but during the season all coming together, throwing the egos out the window, and of course playing for the one cause in Chaminade, as Clarikaitis blows a fastball by Gardner, and he's ahead in the count, 0-1. Clarikaitis likes to work quickly and now is in a groove as the breaking ball drops in. And he's ahead of Gardner, 0-2. Clarikaitis, couple shakeoffs. He gets what he wants. And a fastball up at the eyes for ball 1. Gardner known for his speed as he takes a curveball just a little high. Someone you want to keep off the base paths, as Clarikaitis has faced the minimum through the first 2+ innings of work. Two-two pitch, hit on the ground to third. Hepner with a backhand, fires across the diamond. 7 up, 7 down to begin the game for Clarikaitis. And that just goes to show the maturity of Clarikaitis in that, yes, he can dial it up when he has to, but conserves his arm, eats up innings, and when he allows the ball to be put in play, he can last longer in these games. Shane McGinnis, the catcher and number 8 hitter, steps up and watches the curveball spin in there for a strike, 0-1. As Clarikaitis misses high. And the count 1-1 to McGinnis. Tough kid behind the plate, and he's in one of those position battles for Chaminade this year. Jams it foul down the third base line. Shane McGinnis, technically the #1 starter, and Connor Meehan, the #2 starter, but Bianco says that competition's still open. And of course, anything could go come playoff time or doubleheaders or even just non-league games. You'll run your catchers out there and split them in games. And McGinnis no exception, of course, getting the start on Monday in this series. And in game 1, catching the ace. Here's the pitch. Curveball, wave and a miss. He got him. Second punch out for Claricaitis. 2 up, 2 down to begin the third. It's a fantastic job by Claricaitis. As Tyler Cook sets up outside. And just missing barrels. Textbook. Brings up the #9 hitter, Danny Noraki. Noraki, the center fielder, watches the fastball cruise outside, 1-0. That one misses again. Danny Noraki, of course, the younger brother. His older brother playing last year. There's a wave and a miss. Count 2-1. Of course, Chris Noraki for the Flyers, doing a good job in the outfield as well. 2-2, popped up, third base side. Hepner, the third baseman, all alone in fair territory, makes the catch. And the inning is over. Claricaitis faces the minimum, first time through the order. Go to the bottom of the third on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Bottom of the third inning in a scoreless affair. Chaminade and Holy Trinity. And, of course, now is a great time to book a live stream sportscast with Varsity Media with our production, including announcers, graphics, instant replay, and multiple camera angles. And we're able to cover regular season, playoff, and even summer league baseball games. Book a sportscast today by contacting us at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. John Carroll's allowed a walk and a hit through his first 9 batters faced, as Sean Atkinson, the #9 hitter, will lead it off for Holy Trinity. Titans had runners on the corners and 1 out in the last inning, but Carroll with back-to-back strikeouts of Aiden Anello and Gabe Claricaitis. Keep it scoreless. Atkinson attacks the first pitch. Mike Cervone's up with it, flips to first. 1 pitch, 1 out to begin the home half of the third. This will bring up the leadoff hitter in J.J. Alvarez. Alvarez a pop out to first in his first at-bat. The sophomore is really stepping up in his role. And Dan Luisi said that he knew he was going to call Alvarez up at the beginning of this year. He just said he was too good not to. As Carroll misses on back-to-back pitches and Alvarez ahead of the count. 2 balls and no strikes. Now 3-0. Alvarez, a good glove, compact swing, and Luigi said there are things that you just can't teach him. He's got natural instincts. Comes a 3-0. And 4 straight out of the zone. It's a 1-out walk as Alvarez scampers down to first. Second free pass issued by Carroll, and that brings up Tyler Cook, who lined out to second base his first time up. Carroll checking the runner. Now comes home, squints off the glove of McGinnis, and going over to second base is Alvarez. So good instincts by Alvarez, always has the burners on. Call it a wild pitch. Alvarez goes to second, and now a runner in scoring position with less than 2 outs. As Tyler Cook ahead in the count, 1-0. There's the pitch, just outside. Carroll check of the sign, and the runner comes home with it. Good rip at a fastball by Cook, just missed it. It's fouled right back to the screen. And so Carroll, heavy diet of fastballs to Cook, number 2 hitter. And the Troy commit. 2-1. Curveball goes through the 5-hole of McGinnis to the backstop, and that allows Alvarez to go to third. Alvarez always thinking 90 feet ahead, and he reads the ball so well. Gets through McGinnis, and now Chaminade has to play their infield in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We're scoreless. Fly ball to the outfield to put the Titans in front. Pitch, that's outside, ball 4. 2 consecutive walks by Carroll. 3rd walk of the game, and that'll bring up Andrew Hepner. And this will bring out Mike Cervoni. Trying to calm down his ace. And that's one thing that a 3-year starter brings to the table is the leadership. As Andrew Hepner, the future pace setter. And senior looking to put Holy Trinity in front. Cook's got good speed for a catcher over at first. See if they keep him there for long as Hepner takes a fastball on the outer half. 0-1. Hepner a strikeout in his first at-bat. Cook takes his lead and a throw over. And Cook going nowhere. Dan Luisi not afraid to squeeze either, but not a squeezing count. Second pickoff throw over. See if there's a delayed steal by Cook or anything. Something that Luisi will do. But Hepner watches high and outside. The ball on a strike. Pitch, swing and a miss. Good breaking pitch by Carroll. And the count 1-2. So the thing with Carroll, he's breaking stuff. He'll throw it for a strike. As he got Hepner in the bucket. Ahead of the count 1-2. Runner goes to pitch. Hit on the ground right side, and the hit and run works to perfection. It's a base hit. Alvarez comes in to score. Tyler Cook goes first to third, and now Hepner slides back into first base as it was bobbled by Sean Sweeney. At the end of the day, it's an RBI single by Andrew Hepner, and Holy Trinity leads it 1-0. You couldn't have drawn it up any better with Cook moving on the pitch. Hepner going that way, not doing too much with the second baseman Anderson covering. And then Cook, a heady baseball player, slides into third, and if Sweeney was able to hold on to it, could have had Hepner at first, but either way, Holy Trinity will take it, and runners stay on the corners as Drew Sinclair takes outside for ball 1. Sinclair walked his first time up, had a stolen base, was stranded at third. Holy Trinity has Carroll against the ropes. And he blows a fastball by him. And the count 1-1. Pitch. And Sinclair was looking for something else. And Carroll, the Navy commit. Ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hepner with a short lead off of first. Pitch, down and away. McGinnis with the smother. Holy Trinity looking to put up a crooked number. A flinch by Sinclair, but not a check swing. And the count is full. See if they put Hepner in motion at first. And throw over, and Carroll had that on his mind as well. Middle infield double play depth. Cervoni off the line at third, and almost even with the bag. Runner doesn't go. The pitch outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Good at bat by Sinclair, who stood with it, identified a strike zone, didn't chase. And now that's the 4th walk by Carroll. And that'll bring up Victor Acosta. And of course, this will bring out Jack Lyons for Chaminade and try and calm down his pitcher. Double play gets him out of the inning, and of course, just wanted to settle everything down with Carroll, get on the same pace with his pitcher and catcher. And interesting, and sometimes you get the mound visits that have the entire infield in there, and then of course on the other side of it you'll get just the catcher and the pitcher. And so Flyers opting to just talk to the battery, and it's just all about executing pitches now. Chaminade looking to keep themselves in this game, trailing 1-0, and here's Acosta. First pitch from Carroll. And that hits the outside corner, 0-1. Good fastball by Carroll. Carroll low set the pitch, wave and a miss. And the count 0-2. Victor Acosta, the senior. On the inside corner, strike 3 called. Good job by Carroll, a much needed strikeout. And there's 2 away in the 3rd. This will bring up Ryan Chiz, and there you see, good job on the inside corner. We're out number 2. Breaking pitch, foul tipped off the glove of McGinnis. And Carroll gets the strike that he's looking for, 0-1. Ryan Chiz only hit 170 last year. He's well above that this year. Jam sandwich right into his foot. And so Carroll ahead, 0-2. Now, it's not as cold as it was last week, but still at 54 degrees, the real feel of 49 degrees. And a 90-mile-per-hour foul ball into your foot. Yeah, it's going to sting. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Already a run home for Holy Trinity. Here's the pitch. Fastball high and away. Count 1-2. From the belt, and a step off by Carroll. Already 3 walks in the inning, an RBI single by Andrew Hepner. And the Titans lead at 1-0. Here's the pitch. Upstairs. And the count even at 2-2. Wind starting to pick out and blow out to left. Tyler Cook, number 2, looking to be run number 2 for the Titans. Driven down the right field line, and that'll chase out of play. Good crowd on hand, and of course, in the New York metropolitan area and the dioceses, these two schools have had last week off and now have this week off for the Easter holiday. Here's the pitch. Wave and a miss. He got him. Took some velocity off of that as Carroll with 5 strikeouts through 3 innings, but Holy Trinity puts a run on the board. Top of the 4th coming up on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Claricadis begins his 4th inning of work. He's faced the minimum through 3 innings and now has a 1-0 lead. And his tail as Chaminade will have Sean Sweeney, who flew out to right, to lead it off to begin the inning. Hello again, everybody. I'm John Perez. Thank you so much for making us a part of your Monday afternoon. Of course, wherever you're watching here on Long Island or across the nation on perfectgame.tv, as it's been a good one. The last 2 New York State champions battling here on a Monday afternoon after Easter. Chaminade winning in 2022, the first year of the event, knocking off Iona Prep out of Westchester, and then Holy Trinity defeating St. Francis out of Hamburg and Buffalo over at St. John's University. Gabe Claricadis, first pitch breaking ball, a swing and a miss, 0-1. It's been the big difference for Claricadis this year as he's been able to repeat his delivery on his breaking pitches, and it's led him to be more effective. Fastball on the outside corner, and Claricadis is ahead, 0-2. Wind blowing from left to right as Claricadis gets a sign that he wants. Here's the pitch. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Blew a fastball by him. 3rd strikeout for Claricadis, and that's how the beginning of the 4th inning starts. Take another look as Claricadis just able to dial it up. Good job by Cook. So appetizing at the eyes, but can't chase it if you're Sean Sweeney. Peter Beisel grounded out to short his first time up, 0-1. Drives a fastball down the right field line, and it'll go out of play. And count 0-1. Beisel, a guy that is very tough to strike out, puts the bat on the ball, and hammers a foul behind the screen, and Claricadis ahead, 0-2. Beisel was more of the pinch hitter role last year for Chaminade, would come off the bench, collect a couple of hits, kind of hit his way into the lineup come playoff time. Comes the 0-2, curveball just outside, 1-2. Claricadis working quickly. Here's the 1-2. Fastball upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the thing with Claricadis and Cook this year, they've been more in sync and spending a lot of time together in the offseason, getting on the same page. Driven out to right, that chases back Sinclair just in front of the wall. He hauls it in. And 2 up, 2 down to begin the road half of the fourth. Second put out by Sinclair, and that'll bring up Mike Cervoni with the bases empty. And Holy Trinity holding on to that 1-0 lead. Starting to get a little late for those of you that are not from New York and watching from around the country. Only 7 innings in high school ball in New York State. And here's Mike Cervoni, who will be playing his college ball in New York State out in Suffolk County. Stony Brook Seawolves, and there's a wave and a miss. As Claricadis in control now and really getting Chaminade to chase. Hepner hugging the line over at third as the wind blows out to left. Curveball sprays outside. The ball and a strike. Claricadis gets the sign. Curveball. Sits high. Plate umpire Tom Major signifying that pitch was a little up. Comes the pitch. Fastball jammed foul. And so Claricadis now with a 2-strike count. He's faced 11. He's sat them all down. 3 strikeouts through 3 2/3 of an inning. Cook sets up. Lined up in the pitch. Driven out to left center field, racing over Sean Atkinson. He's under it, makes the catch. And the inning is over. 12 up, 12 down to begin Gabe Claricadis' day as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media Pass is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of boys and girls lacrosse, softball, and baseball, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
Looking to grow your business on social media? Let Varsity Media help you. With over 50,000 followers across our platform, sponsor a segment during the broadcast and share it on social media the next day. It's the best of both worlds as you'll get thousands of plays and your ad will live on the broadcast forever. Contact us today for sponsorship packages by calling 917-470-0864 or emailing varsitymediasponsors@gmail.com. 1-0 the lead for Holy Trinity in the bottom of the 4th inning. And parents, college sports are so competitive. Help your athletes stand out with a college recruiting video today. Varsity Media will record a skills and drill session of your baseball player and edit a finished product to send off to college. Includes fielding and batting drills. Contact us today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net. We're pleased to be joined by Chris Hardart in the bottom of the 4th inning. Of course, the athletic director for Holy Trinity. And first pitch by Aiden Anello, popped up right side. Racing back is Peter Beisel, and he makes the catch. And one away. And I was just going to ask, Chris, are you a little jealous that the Varsity Media Services weren't around when you were younger to help you take your game to the next level? You could have been a future Minnesota Twin back in the day.
Yeah. I'm better at what I do now than playing.
Well, the jury's still out, but, you know. That brings up Gabe Claricadis. But, no, Chris, a great day of baseball all around. Obviously, the last 2 New York State championships playing here. What has it been like over the last couple of years? You know, you bring in the New York State game. This has been the most competitive league. I'd have to say this is probably one of the most must-watch leagues in the area.
Well, without question, I think our baseball league on Long Island, the Catholic League on Long Island, it's without question in our league amongst all the sports, it's the most competitive. I think pretty much everybody in our league has won a championship since I've been here in the school in 26 years, and you can't say that about every sport in our league, you know. So baseball's always been like that in our league. It's tremendous.
And one of the fun things, too, and it's been fun to be a part of, has just been I wouldn't say growth of baseball, because I feel like it's, as Claricadis wears one on the front foot and Holy Trinity has a one-out base runner. But it is an honor, and it's fun to actually get the recognition and the word out for baseball, even if it comes to streaming, which we know is a tough thing to do here. But when you just look at the popularity of this league as a whole, how much credit do you give to the institutions for obviously giving a big platform, but also good student athletes?
Well, also without question, but also the league, the idea that we, as you know, over the last 3 years, we've incorporated Brooklyn Queens into our league, and added another 5 teams, a very competitive baseball, and added it to our Long Island league, and that took the support of not only all the athletic directors and the coaches, but also the principals of our schools on both sides, in Brooklyn Queens and Nassau Suffolk. So that's what's helping us grow the game without question, and it's something that we like to tell people, and with open houses and recruiting and things, it's like, hey, we play in one of the best leagues in the state without question.
Yeah, and you're seeing that too. I mean, Holy Trinity playing Archbishop Malloy and Briarwood over the weekend. Of course, Chaminade's going to play some of the best teams. They're going to play Malloy, Holy Cross, McClancy in there as well, and it just shows the talent here. Now, one of the cool things about being out on Long Island is you actually get the space. It's kind of a hodgepodge of fields out in New York City, but I think it kind of grows the character of those baseball players out there too and transforms them into a unique player at the next level.
Right, and I think it helps. It definitely helps our friends in Brooklyn Queens, because those kids, like you said, they're playing on some tough New York City fields and things like that, and they get to play in our league, and they get to play teams in our league in games that matter. We always played those guys in non-league games, but now you put a value on the game, it changes the game totally. It used to be a scrimmage, and now now the game matters. It counts on everybody's standings, and then we're going to see them again in the state tournament, and the state tournament's been unbelievable for us.
No, it was a fantastic atmosphere last year too. Another fun atmosphere. There's a swing and a miss, snap throw down to first. Atkinson's retired, 2 away. It was opening day last week out in Center Mauritius in the sports complex. All 7 league teams and Lehigh were there as well. What were your thoughts on that day as a whole, and tell us just about the whole process of getting that on the board?
Well, that was. I have to give Ralph Dalton, the president of our league, and also the assistant coach and AD at St. John the Baptist. He really was a brainchild of his, and he's been he was a baseball player in the league. He's been around for a long time, and it was something that I believe he saw somewhere or whatever, and somewhere else was doing something of that thing, the same way, and he had a great idea, and it was a great, like you said, it was a great event for our league.
And I know that there are plans to not just expand that, but hopefully become an annual tradition.
Without a doubt, like we were talking before we came on camera before, but it's something that the weather is tough in March, but the conversation amongst the coaches is maybe do it another time of the year when it's night, maybe in May or late April or something along those lines.
Well, Chris, we appreciate your time here today. I think something special is brewing for Holy Trinity. We'll have to keep you all here as well. That's Chris Hartart, everyone, and you're watching on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see extraordinary life. The most extraordinary of which is you. It's because our Catholic faith places the highest value on people. All people. It's the inspiration for our exceptional medical care with unmatched compassion. And it's why at Catholic Health you're more than a patient. You're someone's family, best friend, and a neighbor to us all. Long live Long Island.
Welcome you back to Hicksville, New York, Chaminade and Holy Trinity here on a Monday afternoon after Easter, as, of course, for those of you watching out there, now's a great time to book a live stream sportscast on Varsity Media with announcers, graphics, instant replay, and multiple camera angles available for regular season, playoff, or even summer league ball games. Varsity Media Sportscast are a great keepsake for your team to enjoy for a lifetime. Contact us today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. All the runs and all the hits for Holy Trinity, as it'll be 4-5-6 due up for the Flyers as Jake Satani flew out to center field his first time up against Gabe Klarakaitis. 3 strikeouts through the first 4 innings of work, and he's faced the minimum. First pitch from Klarakaitis, and that curveball bites low for ball 1. Klarakaitis has done a good job mixing his pitches today. He's been in sync with Tyler Cook. Ratcheted up the velocity on the fastball, but slowed it down with the curveball. There is the fastball, and it's hammered foul. Count even at a ball and a strike. Wind still blowing out to left. Like we mentioned, 54 degrees at first pitch, and been pretty consistent here. We even saw the sun for a few seconds. Of course, Northeast baseball, you have to deal with all of that. Klarakaitis, future Malloy Lion, seen more as a leader and has really embraced that ace role this year for Holy Trinity. Here's the pitch, aligned right back to the screen. And the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Klarakaitis, a couple shakeoffs. Now he's ready to go. 2-2 coming. Fastball popped foul, and we'll do it again. Do it again. 2-2. And a good at bat by Satani. This is a Chaminade team that doesn't strike out that often. Only a couple of strikeouts against St. Anthony's an opening day, and 3 strikeouts against the Friars the following day. 2-1 win and a 2-0 loss to their rival. Curveball off the glove of Cook, strike 3 as Cook picks it up and has to fire over to first, and he gets Satani by half a stride. Good play by Cook to stay with it, and as he flips it over to first, and Satani's retired for the first out. 4 Ks for Klarakaitis, and that brings up Colin Brosnan. And how about Cook staying with it, and then we'll see how close his play was at first. Just got him. First pitch popped up, foul territory down the right field line. Aiden Anello giving chase, and he makes the catch. That's a tough angle for the first baseman, Anello, and he handled it flawlessly. And a king-size second out as Brosnan's retired, and that'll bring up Colin Anderson. And just see, no wind here, but of course you're dealing with the fans over there. There's no warning track, and Anello, cool, calm, and collected. 2 away in the 5th, and that brings up Colin Anderson as he takes inside for ball 1. Anderson 0 for 1 on the day. He flew out to center field to end the 2nd inning. And the pitch. Fastball dotted on the corner. And Klarakaitis ahead in the count, 0-2. 14 straight retired to begin the ball game for Klarakaitis. The pitch. Chopper foul right side, and we'll do it again. Klarakaitis proven to be the ace that Holy Trinity was looking for, especially with his first 2 starts of the year. Here's the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. Got him looking. 5 perfect innings for Gabe Klarakaitis as we go to the bottom of the 5th with Holy Trinity leading 1-0 on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
I'm Bobby Witt Jr., professional baseball player. I've been with G-Form since the early days with Perfect Game. I've grown and improved a lot, and so have they. From the first time I put it on, it just felt right. To go next level just means to accomplish what your goals are, and for me it was just trying to take everything day by day until I reached that goal to make it to the big leagues, and which was the next level for me. G-Form, go next level.
I never let myself believe that I was gonna be in the big leagues. I always worked for it until I achieved it. Back in Puerto Rico, I remember my dad would hit me ground balls from the top of the hill. That forced me to always move my feet. There were no limits to where I could go, so I played with no limits.
Home half of the 5th inning, Holy Trinity with a 1-0 lead over Chaminade on the Monday afternoon after Easter. Here in Hicksville, it's been a fun one. The last two New York State champions and a rematch of last year's NSCHSAA final, in which Holy Trinity won in 3 games. And the hero of that series, Tyler Cook, will lead it off. The starting catcher, but was the winning pitcher after going 6 strong innings in the win over the Flyers last May. Cook 0 for 1 with a walk today against John Carroll, who drops in Uncle Charlie for a strike, 0-1. Carroll's been not as good as Claricadis, but has limited the damage and has been that bulldog that Mike Pienko says that he is. Fastball misses low. He's given up a run on 2 hits, and he's walked 4 and a hit by pitch. As Holy Trinity has left 6 runners on base. Socked foul off to the left side, and Carroll ahead in the count, 1-2. It's now 82 pitches for John Carroll. And a 1-2. Swung on, driven down the right field line, giving chase is Brosnan in foul territory, and can't track it down. And Cook stays alive in the at-bat. A league mandate, 105 pitches is the limit for everybody. So Carroll trying to keep it down. He finished his opening day victory with 101. Here's the pitch. Fastball, foul tipped into the glove of McGinnis. And Cook's retired for out number 1. Strikeout number 8 for Carroll, and that'll bring up Drew Hepner. Hepner 1 for 2 on the day, had that RBI single back in the 3rd inning. It's been the lone scoring. Chopper, third base side. Cervoni has to charge. Gloves, throws across his body, and it gets away from Beisel over at first. And we'll head into the crowd, and that leads to an extra base. So it'll be an infield single and then an error on Cervoni on the throw. And that allows a runner in scoring position with 1 out. As that pulls Beisel off the bag. And so now an opportunity for insurance, and that brings up Drew Sinclair. And Sinclair attacks the first pitch, serves it out to right. Brosnan lines up, hauls it in, and no advancement by Hepner as the throw goes into the shortstop Sweeney. But a king-size second out for Carroll, and that'll bring up Victor Acosta. Victor Acosta 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts today and takes a fastball on the inner half for strike 1. Andrew Hepner with good speed off of second. The future pace setter is hoping to be more than just a setter on the base paths and kick it into 3rd gear. The pitch, and that crosses up McGinnis, might have cost him a strike. And so now the count 2-1. And that's the thing when you've got 2 catchers behind the plate. And such a short season, too. Not really a lot of time to work with the ace and Carroll. 2-1, the pitch. on the outside corner, and the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ryan Chiz would be next. He's 1 for 2 on the day. As now McGinnis wants to get in sync with Carroll. Big pitch upcoming here. Chaminade hasn't been able to find a groove against Gabe Clarikakis, but if you keep this a 1-0 game, you give yourselves a puncher's chance. Kenny Malari, the junior, is warming up down the left field line in the Chaminade bullpen. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A 1-0 lead for Holy Trinity. The pitch. Corkscrewed over to second base. Colin Anderson's up with it, fires to first, and the inning is over. 5 solid innings for John Carroll as we go to the 6th. A 1-0 lead for Holy Trinity on the Varsity Media Sports Network. When it comes to advertising, are you hitting the right audience? Why waste your time with television or a free print publication that's given out at a local deli? Varsity Media has your back. With a following of over 50,000 and a local demographic ranging between the ages of 18 and 54 years old, it's time to get that return on investment. Plus, here's the best part. Your ad lives forever on our YouTube page. And with a large on-demand audience, it's a grand slam to advertise with Varsity Media. Battle of the last 2 defending New York State champions as Holy Trinity with a 1-0 lead over Chaminade. Not a lot of base paths or anybody on the bases, but we do have a speedy play of the game presented by Speed Island, and we take it back to the 2nd inning with Drew Sinclair, the future Bridgeport commit, at first base, and he steals his 2nd base of the year, and that's good enough for our speedy play of the game. Contact Onyx Salva and the gang over at Garden City to improve your speed today. Go to speedislandny.com for more details. 5 perfect innings for Gabe Clarikakis as it'll be 7-8-9 due up in the Flyers order. Mike Gardner, who grounded out to third in his first time up, steps up to the dish as Andrew Hepner at third base now pinching in. Gardner with good speed and not afraid to lay one down. He shows bunt and pulls back and takes strike 1. Been a small sample size, but the rest of the league knows what Gardner can do on the base paths. 0-1, hit on the ground off the glove of Hepner, squibbles by him, spins, fires to first, not in time, as it gets past Anello, and that'll allow Gardner to head to second. The throw, not in time. We'll see how they rule it, but the perfect game is over, and Holy Trinity, now with their backs against the rope, with Chaminade and a runner in scoring position, we'll take another look. And good speed by Gardner. It deflected off of Hepner's glove. And now this will put Clarikakis in the stretch for the first time today. There's the bunt right back to the mound. Clarikakis doesn't check the runner, but flips it over to first regardless, as Victor Acosta gets in front of the bag and covers. Sacrifice 1-3, and Gardner stays at second. So 1 on, 1 out. That brings up Danny Naraki. Popped out to Hepner at third base in his only plate appearance. The senior center fielder. Out of the stretch, Clarikakis pops it in for a strike, 0-1. Clarikakis checking the runner at second. Now the pitch. Fastball at the eyes and away. And the count 1-1. Clarikakis had a 1-0 lead against St. Dominic's last week and gave up a run in the 6th and The game eventually went 10 innings with St. Dom's winning 2-1 on opening day out in Santa Mauritius. Trying to keep Chaminade off the board and pick up his first win of the season. But first bout with adversity for Claricaitis this afternoon. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Overpowered him with a fastball. And Noraki's retired for out number 2. 6 strikeouts for Claricaitis. And take another look and talk about dialing it up. Blew it by him. So that'll bring up Sean Sweeney, 0 for 2 on the day, a fly out and a strikeout. 1-0 lead for Holy Trinity, top half of the 6th inning. Mike Gardner, the speedster, is at second base. Claricaitis bunts, goes off the glove of Cook, and that allows Gardner to take third base on the pass ball. Gardner's got good instincts. He was off as soon as that pounced off the gloving of Cook. Now with 2 outs, Holy Trinity doesn't have to bring in the infield. And Claricaitis gets the strike, 1-1. Breaking pitch, just got a piece of it. And Sweeney swung out of his shoes. Sean Sweeney, one of the leaders for Chaminade, looking to break through against Gabe Claricaitis, looking to land the plane in the 6th. Here's the 1-2 pitch, upstairs, 2-2. Well, it's one thing to embrace the ace role, it's another thing to perform. Claricaitis a strike away from doing so. That's upstairs. And the count's run full, and a good learning moment for Claricaitis. Of course, last year at times could be a thrower, not a pitcher, and you know he's got the stuff and the velocity. It's just a matter of rearing back and throwing it a strike and telling Sweeney or whatever batter, hey, come hit this. Here comes a 3-2 pitch. Curveball popped up right side. This should get him out of it. Victor Acosta's there, makes the catch, and the inning is over. 6 shutout innings for Gabe Claricaitis as Holy Trinity takes a 1-0 lead going into the bottom of the 6th on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Oh yeah, been waiting for this one.
I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get it, no call it quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out.
Bottom half of the 6th inning, and of course, book us live stream Varsity Media Sportscast today. Productions including announcers, graphics, instant replay, and multiple camera angles available to cover regular season, playoff, and even summer league baseball games. Varsity Media Sportscast make for a great keepsake for your team to enjoy for a lifetime. Contact us today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net. A 1-0 lead for Holy Trinity as they look for insurance, and Ryan Chiz, the future Blue Jay, steps up to the plate and takes outside for ball 1. Chiz 1 for 2 on the day against John Carroll. An infield single and a strikeout as Carroll is not as perfect as Gabe Claricaitis, but has limited Holy Trinity to just 1 run. This is a Titans offense that, coming into today, has scored 22 runs over its last 2 games. As Carroll's allowed just 3 hits over 5+ innings of work. Now the walks are up with him as this is hit in the air. Deep center field, giving chase is Naraki. Track, wall, it's off the wall. as Hepner, with Ryan Chiz, cruises into second with a leadoff double. Second hit of the day for Chiz. I'll tell you what, if the wind wasn't blowing in, that might have gotten out of here. As Chiz on his horse and pulls in with a leadoff double. Take another look, and that's a good pitch, and he went down and got it. As the first pitch is low to Aiden Anello for ball one. John Carroll, the pitch. This is hit in the air out to center field. Racing in is Noraki. He makes the catch in stride as Chiz drives back to second. And there's one away. Well, Anello hit it on the screws. Good job by Noraki. And that'll bring up Gabe Clarikaitis. 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout and a hit by pitch. And a good pitch by Carroll. And the count 0-1. Gabe Clarikaitis trying to help his cause on the mound. Takes inside, runner goes as it squibs past McGinnis. He can't get a throw off. And now the Titans with a runner on third and one out. And a 1-1 count to Clarikaitis. Call it a wild pitch. As Chaminade has to bring the infield in. And that pitch upstairs and a good eye by Clarikaitis, 2-1. And it misses outside, ball 4. And so Clarikaitis reaches base. And now Mike Piankos will come out, and we'll see if he goes to the bullpen. As it looks like Kenny Malari is ready, the junior. And Piankos making the sign. And we'll go to the bullpen. We'll step aside right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see extraordinary life. The most extraordinary of which is you. It's because our Catholic faith places the highest value on people. All people. It's the inspiration for our exceptional medical care with unmatched compassion. And it's why at Catholic Health you're more than a patient. You're someone's family, best friend, and a neighbor to us all. Long live Long Island.
Inside the 10 to the end zone.
Oh, he's got a wide open receiver. A.J. Duff. Get out of the way! Dante Torres! The end zone. Touchdown. 10-5 touchdown. Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck. High school sports fans, Varsity Media Pass is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of boys and girls lacrosse, softball, and baseball, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
New pitcher for the Chaminade Flyers is Kenny Malari, as this is the first time that Chaminade has been dipped into the bullpen this year. Of course, the Flyers using 7 pitchers against Poly Prep over the weekend, but that was all strategic as each pitcher got an inning of work. This is the first time that Mike Pienkos goes into the bullpen, and it is his junior right-hander in Kenny Malari. Good fastball, curveball, changeup mix. Can work on his sweeper a little bit. Sits around 84 to 86 miles per hour, and as it'll be Sean Atkinson to lead it off, and Holy Trinity looking for insurance. They've got runners on the corners and 1 out, as Sean Atkinson steps up to the plate. John Carroll started this game for Chaminade, the Flyers ace. Went 5 1/3, gave up 4 hits, 1 run, walked 5 and struck out 8. He's responsible for the runners on base. And the first pitch by Atkinson, bunted, popped, just foul for strike 1. Fortunate for Atkinson that it got down, and Beisel, a good first baseman over there, and not exactly Keith Hernandez, and he's holding on the runner as well. Double play would get Chaminade out of it. Comes the 0-1. Wave and a miss. Blew a fastball by him. Count 0-2. Holy Trinity a 1-0 lead on an RBI single by Andrew Hepner in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And the pitch stays high, 1-2. Long set by Malari. Runner goes from first. Atkinson pops it up right side of the infield. We'll see if it drops in time to get the double play. Beisel makes the catch and steps on the bag as he beats back Klarakaitis, and the inning is over. Holy Trinity leaving another pair on base, but we go to the 7th. The Titans lead at 1-0 on the Varsity Media Sports Network. You're watching Varsity Media, the premier high school sports network in New York. Top of the 7th inning, Gabe Klarakaitis looking to nail it down on a Monday afternoon victory against Chaminade, and we'll take a look at that last play. And, of course, earlier in the at-bat, Sean Atkinson laid down a bunt, and it landed right in front of Beisel. Well, this time, on the swing, stood up in the air, and then Beisel with the runner going on the pitch. Klarakaitis, it's a foot race back, and then there's the step. And check that. So it wasn't exactly Klarakaitis. I'm sorry. It's a courtesy runner in John Hernandez. But either way, didn't stay up long enough. And now Klarakaitis back out on the mound, trying to finish what he started and pick up his first win of his senior campaign. Went 5 perfect innings before surrendering an infield single to Mike Gardner. Got a sacrifice fly, and then a strikeout and a pop-out to get him through 6. And now he'll deal to Peter Beisel, 2-3-4 due up in the Chaminade order. As Beisel will step in against Klarakaitis, who has been the star of the game today. He's been masterful. Beisel taking all the way, and watches a fastball on the outer edge, 0-1. Beisel 0 for 2 on the day, a ground out and a fly out to right. Klarakaitis, a little spinner in there, 0-2. Clarikaitis has been in a groove with Tyler Cook all afternoon. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. A beauty by Clarikaitis for his 7th strikeout of the day. Cook really didn't even have to move his glove. And dots it right on the corner. So that brings up Mike Cervoni. He's also 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. And he takes a first pitch curveball, 0-1. Wind blowing out to left as Clarikaitis pours in a fastball on the outer corner. And the count 0-2. Clarikaitis is dealing. Takes a deep breath. Nods to Cook. The pitch. Fly ball right field. Ballpark will hold it. Sinclair is there. Makes the catch. 2 away. Third put out for Sinclair today, and it just goes to show the velocity for Clarikaitis. Chaminade's not been able to get a hold of one against the Titans ace. 1 out away from the complete game shutout and his first victory of the season. And he has to get past the Chaminade DH, Jake Satani, who takes a strike, 0-1. Satani, 1 of 7 strikeouts today against Clarikaitis. Flew out to center in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 2. The pitch. Curveball dives low, 1-1. Infield, outfield, straight up. Pretty neat ball game for the Titans defensively. And now Chaminade down to its final strike. Clarikaitis pitched good enough for the victory against St. Dom's, just allowing a run. A ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs, a 1-0 lead in the 7th. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and Holy Trinity wins it. Gabe Clarikaitis picks up his first victory of the year. It's a complete game shutout as Holy Trinity knocks off Chaminade 1-0, as Clarikaitis was a bulldog in the victory, as Holy Trinity picks up its 3rd win of the year. And they knock off Chaminade for the 3rd time in their last 4 years. Take a break, and we'll wrap it up when we come back on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
When it comes to advertising, are you hitting the right audience? Why waste your time with television or a free print publication that's given out at a local deli? Varsity Media has your back. With a following of over 50,000 and a local demographic ranging between the ages of 18 and 54 years old, it's time to get that return on investment. Plus, here's the best part. Your ad lives forever on our YouTube page. And with a large on-demand audience, it's a grand slam to advertise with Varsity Media.
Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
We welcome you back to Hicksville. It is a 1-0 victory for the defending New York State champs. I'm joined by their ace today, who was magnificent. Gabe Clarikaitis, a complete game shutout, just allowing the 1 hit. Gabe, what was working so well for you today?
Mostly just trying to command my fastball, tone my pitch as well. Keep them off balance, worked well.
And, you know, it seemed like you and Tyler Cook were really in sync today. What has it been about this relationship that you've had with Cook that has allowed you to succeed on the mound?
I mean, we're great friends off the field, so when you're friends off the field, it allows you to build trust on the field, and a lot easier to pitch better when you trust your catcher like that.
Coach Louisi said you really embraced that ace role this year, and something that you take to heart. Take me through what this offseason's been like for you. What have you been working on to get yourself ready for these Monday starts and obviously big games?
Off season was a lot of lifting, throw harder, and a lot of mechanical work to try to command the zone more and not walk as many kids. That was my one struggle last year.
Now, I noticed it was pretty quiet on the bench, obviously. You're perfect through the first 5 innings. Then you give up the hit. 1, did you know you had it? And then 2, how did you regain your confidence to get through that 5th inning?
I knew I had it. I regained my confidence. I was just trying to play the same as it was the first 5 innings. It worked.
I know you guys are the defending champs and all that, but this has to feel like some sort of statement. What's your statement for the rest of the league for Holy Trinity?
For us? I mean, we could go win it again. It'd be fun.
All right, it'll be fun. I'll tell you what, it was very fun to watch you pitch today.
Thank you.
That's Gabe Claricaitis. Thank you for the time. And that'll do it for everyone here, for everyone around the globe as well on Perfect Game. We're going to sign off here as well for our executive producer, Ben Turchin, for our camera operators in Ron Pierre and Travis DeLuise. Chris Sweeney is our technical director. This is John Perez saying so long. This has been a presentation of NSCHSAA Baseball on your home for New York High School Sports, the Varsity Media Sports Network.